Chapter 16 Cloudy Sky. The desert looks so much different going 100 miles per hour than it does when you're trudging through it. The silver surfboard flew through the landscape, and I held tight to Rebecca. "I'm beginning to feel some connection here," I said. Rebecca looked back. "Some what?" she asked. "I'm beginning to feel connection," I said louder. "Is that so? So when you say you feel a connection, what do you mean?" she asked. "I'm starting to hear things again," I said. "Ah. So do you have any idea why?" she asked. "I think it has to do with accepting things, seeing things as they are," I said. "Good. But I don't think we should rely on that too much. We have to come up with a plan," she said. "Yeah. We can't just expect things to just work out," I said. "Or find some better magical land to live in. If we want a better future, we have to try to make it ourselves," she said. "I'm sorry," I said. "I don't know what I can do to." "Do better?" she asked. "How about you just help me come up with a plan?" "Okay, fair enough," I said. "Do you have any idea where to start?" "Can't you read my mind?" she asked. I laughed. "I try not to," I said. "It's kind of rude." "Good, because it's messy in here," she said, pointing to her head. We zoomed past the camp we were at a day ago. Dust was behind us, and behind that, a guard wearing a robe barreling towards us. Rebecca looked back, and we both saw the guard gaining on us. "So what do you suggest?" I asked. Rebecca looked back and tensed her face as she saw the guard gaining ground. "We need to get back to Alpha City, hook up to my computer, then hide our identities," she said. "You know," I said, "the Queen has ways of making matter seemingly materialize out of thin air, and the wall that surrounds Zebra Nation are the same walls you see here." "How is that supposed to help with our plan?" Rebecca asked. "Just wanted to throw that out there so that you don't underestimate her," I said. "I mean, how are we going to disappear before their very eyes when they can do stuff like that?" Rebecca smiled and looked back. "You can talk to animals," she said. "Get some locusts to fly in their faces or something." I smiled. But then before I could do anything, the guard blindsided us from our right, as fast as the wind. He pushed a button from a device in his palm and rope shot out from it, causing the hoverboard to come to a screeching halt. "What the?" Rebecca screamed. Tumbling into the sand and cactuses, using our arms and the board to cushion the impact, we were scratched up pretty badly. We stumbled up, covered in blood, but luckily nothing was broken. "What was that?" Rebecca asked as she dusted herself off. "I told you not to underestimate them," I muttered. The guard held out his hand. "You too need to stay where you are," he said. "Hello again, Azurite," I said. "Hello, Cloud," he said. "You should not have left Zebra Nation. You should not have gone to Alpha Nation. But all of that was forgivable. But now that you have seen the City Eternal, you are too far gone." I said nothing, just stood there, trying to act stoic. The guard smiled. "It's a shame, though. You really are quite talented," he said. Rebecca smiled and stepped forward. "Oh, come on," she said, laughing. "Can't you just let us go? We aren't going to hurt anyone. You can live out your life in peace in Zebra Nation. We can stay here." "I'm sorry," the guard said. "I couldn't hide what happened to the Queen even if I wanted." "The ideas you're likely having about the City Eternal right now, seeing other options, wanting to pollute other minds with that nonsense, that's why we can't let you go in peace. You threaten everyone, the peace and harmony we all live in," the guard said. Rebecca laughed. When the guard lifted the device in the air, I gasped. Seeing it closer, I could tell it was not just the same device that stopped our hoverboard. It was the same thing that killed my mom. "What is that?" I asked. The guard laughed. "Just a little precaution," he said. But what exactly is it? I asked. If you must know, it's an electric transformer, can transform electricity into plasma or electricity or energy, even matter, such as it did when I made those ropes. However, it has some unique properties that can overwhelm anything that runs on electric. Causes quite a shock if you tune it right. Even to humans, I said. Yes, even to humans, he repeated. Rebecca laughed. He wouldn't dare, she said, and she started to walk forward. I held my hand. I'd seen him use the device before, in a vision, so I knew that he would, in fact, dare. Just let us go, Rebecca said. We promise we won't do anything. We won't recruit anyone. The guard just nodded no. So what now? I asked. Now we wait, he said, and looked back. The Queen is nearly here. Why don't you just kill us now? I asked. Because that's for the Queen to decide, he said. And so we waited, and then from the horizon they came. The Queen on the back of 2 men running, my father and a few more guards and sentries not far behind. The runners were quite fast and amazing to watch. Like ekus themselves, they slowed down and without wasting a breath, the Queen descended. It's good to see you again, Cloudy Sky, the Queen said. You've gotten yourself into a very bad predicament.